State welcomes the Institute for Biomedical Sciences. We'll tell you what this new institution has to offer.
Stress is on the rise as test week approaches. Tips on how to calm your nerves before midterms.
Campus Movie Fest presented its top 16 films. We have exclusive interviews from some of the movie makers themselves. Those stories and more tonight on Panther Report.
Good evening, I'm Jasmina Alston.
And I'm Jaylah.
The economy in 2014 doesn't look too promising, according to economic forecaster Rajiv Dewan from Georgia State's Robinson College of Business. Dewan believes that overall investment numbers for 2014 are not as strong compared to 2013, when auto sales were high, the stock market surged, and unemployment dropped. The economy did add 175,000 jobs last month, according to the latest figures.
Georgia State's Cinefest movie theater cuts down on business hours. Our own Chanel Baker has more on the story.
Rumors have been circulating around campus that next fall, Cinefest will be open only 3 days a week instead of the usual 7. I had a chance to talk with the lead projectionist about the changes that will be made. According to the Spotlight Programs Board, starting next fall, Cinefest will be open for 3 days a week instead of 7. It has been said the reason for the cut is lack of student attendance. Spotlight is hoping that the cut will actually increase the demand of moviegoers.
When I actually heard about the proposed changes that were going to be made, I thought I was just kind of shocked actually. We're about to be in the middle of actually discussing some sort of healthy compromise, but I hope these compromises are not only benefit us but also the students as well. Me personally, I think it actually will diminish our services to the students, and that's something me personally, as an employee of this establishment, do not want to see actually. Why would you want to kind of like get in the way of this self-sufficiency that we've been doing for the past 20 years? I always tell people that the best thing to do to kind of like increase the numbers is just come see a movie here. I mean, your student fees pay for this. I mean, why would you want to let this thing go to waste? I mean, obviously, since people are hearing about these impending changes, people are now asking, like, what can we do? The best thing I actually would tell people to do is just don't forget about it. Just come see a movie.
Even though there has been talk about the changes, a decision has not been finalized. Reporting for GSTV News, Chanel Baker.
The Institute for Biomedical Sciences opened earlier this month. The IBMS allows biomedical scientists and health professionals to bridge the gap between laboratory research and clinical applications. The goal of the new institution is to advance biomedical research that will improve human health. It is also a degree-granting institute.
Test week is near and stress is on the rise. Our reporter Angie Rosette has more on how to relieve your stress.
With midterm week rapidly approaching, many GSU students will be forced to cram multiple exams and will experience inevitable stress. So what exactly is stress, and what services does Georgia State provide to help reduce it? Dr. Jolie Barber, the Director of Psychological and Health Services, explains stress and how it affects our daily lives.
So stress is a condition that happens to people when we question whether the resource we have is enough to meet the demands of a situation. It also comes on when there is a situation that can be actually even life-threatening. So there's a whole continuum of how much stress affects us. Example of just the kinds of stress students may face, we're questioning whether our resources are enough to get us through a given week. Maybe there's several projects due, maybe a test, maybe we have to work a number of hours at work, and we have some bills due. So there you go. We're questioning, do we have the resources to meet the demands in the given situation?
If you don't need counseling, there are other services such as the Mind and Body Clinic, which allows students to seclude themselves and relax with massage chairs and soothing music. The Counseling Center at Georgia State offers free walk-ins every day of the week during business hours. Reporting for GSTV News, Angie Rosette.
If you haven't had the chance to order your cap and gown, the deadline to do so has been pushed back. Georgia State sent out an official email stating that the deadline is now April 1st for graduating students. Students can purchase their cap and gown through herfjones.com and pick them up in the Georgia State University bookstore from May 7th until May 10th.
Tax season is upon us, and one organization on campus is helping Georgians facing tax problems. Alex Ositis has more.
The Philip Cook Clinic at Georgia State serves a community of low-income Georgians facing tax problems. We talked to the directors about how Georgia State students and the community is benefiting.
There was no organization in Georgia at the time that was providing this kind of tax controversy help to low-income people.
321. Professor Ronald Blasey started the clinic 22 years ago and has helped nearly 4,000 low-income Georgians resolve their tax issues with the IRS while giving Georgia State law students hands-on experience.
Deal with clients, how to manage their files, how to deal with your adversary, prepare documents that may be submitted to court, and things like that.
Blasey says the top cases heard at the clinic include those who have been victims of identity theft, can't afford to pay the tax, or those who have filed for a credit or deduction but do not have the supporting documents. Blasey says that the clinic facilitates an offer in compromise, preventing the IRS from levying against a person's assets.
A whole variety of situations. Just because people are poor, it doesn't mean they don't have a tax problem.
Bill Tim is the associate director of the Cook Tax Clinic and is also a former IRS employee. Tim says the free tax preparation designed by the IRS, known as VITA, is sufficient for most filers because they have simple returns.
The IRS has determined that those individuals that have some representation have about an 80% better likelihood of coming to a good result.
For free tax preparation documents or to see if you're eligible for services offered here at the Tax Clinic, we'll post a link to our website for their contact information at gstvonline.org. Reporting from the College of Law, Alex Ositis, GSTV News.
The debut of the new Panther Express shuttles is near, and an updated police report at Georgia State highlights criminal activity on campus. Coming up on Panther Report.
We have a sustainability update. Our reporter Kaitlyn Medlam has more on the story.
With environmental issues in the forefront of the mainstream consciousness, people and organizations everywhere are looking for ways that it can use to become more environmentally friendly. At Georgia State University, its recently established Office of Sustainability takes the lead in addressing environmental issues that have an impact on the campus. There was a hard-fought battle to even have an Office of Sustainability become reality. The idea of such an office was in question as funding of the organization through student fees looked to be going nowhere. Offices of Sustainability were already established at Georgia Tech, UGA, and Emory. Then the Student Government Association passed a resolution to reallocate $3 from an existing library fee to fund an Office of Sustainability for Georgia State. GSU is only one of 2 schools in the university system of Georgia to attain silver status, meaning for its implementation of policies and records kept pertaining to environmental sustainability. But a survey of a small sample of Georgia State students found that most, 68% to be exact, do not perceive Georgia State to be a green campus. 78% in the same survey also said that the university's housing isn't environmentally friendly. This past Friday, March 7th, the Georgia Campus Sustainability Network held a meeting for addressing environmental initiatives at Brenau University's North Atlanta campus in Norcross. The Office of Sustainability also plans to have a meeting on Tuesday, March 14th for students and groups interested in joining its Green Umbrella Coalition. We were unable to reach out to anybody at the Office of Sustainability, but the university's Director of Facilities Building Services, Patty Stilson, told me that the Office of Sustainability is planning on releasing a newsletter to further publish its initiatives. Kaitlyn Medlam for GSTV News.
On March 13th, the National Black Law Student Association is hosting a free law school admissions workshop. The program is designed to teach how to write the perfect personal statement, obtain stellar letters of recommendation, and strategies for taking law school admissions test. The workshop will be in room 12 of the Adderholt Learning Center from 4:15 to 5:15.
The new Panther Express buses are on their way. According to a tentative plan from Auxiliary and Support Services, the Panther Express drivers are to start training on the new buses during the week of spring break, and the first 11 buses are expected to be put into effect starting March 24th. There will be 15 full-size buses and 4 cutaway buses. The cutaway buses are designed to seat 20 passengers, while the full-size buses seat 35.
The Campus Movie Fest took place last Thursday and debuted its top 16 films. Our own Carlin Pounders has more.
The Oscars might have been weeks ago, but GSU had its own movie night with Campus Movie Fest, where students were tasked with filming a short in only a week. It's enough to make any director shiver. We spoke with the winners who beat the clock and lucked out.
Filming, it was a very hard process, to be honest. We had the snow apocalypse, which I'm pretty sure you all know about during this whole process. So, like, 2 of my actors dropped the first day. We had locations being canceled, but basically we just had to think on our toes as filmmakers, and we had to kind of, pull something together. But we didn't have the X amount of time that we thought we would have. But I think, we still put forth a good product.
It was an incredible experience being a freshman here and just diving into film.
Campus Movie Fest was a success this year, with more people signing up than in years past. Keep an eye out, Panthers, because you may very well see some of these names in future Oscar winners. With GSTV, this is Kaitlyn Pounders.
Reports of crime are down over the past couple of weeks compared to this point in last semester. Arrests made include those involving fraudulent activity, terroristic threats, and weapon violations. With those arrests, a female student reported an incident of a male exposing himself to her inside of a stairwell in Classroom South. This incident is being investigated. Among the most reported incidents of the semester is theft with 18 reports, 13 reports of criminal trespassing, and 11 reports of possession of alcohol involving individuals under 21. However, this is no match for last semester, which had 20 reports of theft and 12 reports of criminal activity in the month of October alone. In any event of emergency, call 404-413-3333 for GSU PD.
Georgia will be the first Southern state to join the National Science Technology Teaching Fellowship Program, as announced by Governor Nathan Deal on March 3rd. Georgia State will join Columbus State University, Kennesaw State University, Mercer University, and Piedmont College for the Woodrow Wilson Georgia Teaching Fellowship. The universities will be required to develop a, quote, model master's level teacher preparation program that offers fellows a rigorous year-long experience in local school classrooms, end quote. Each participating university will receive $400,000 matching grants to develop their teacher preparation programs.
One of the Student Recreation Center's most popular cardio dance classes is Zumba. There will be a 2-hour Zumba class or Zumbathon on Tuesday, March 25th from 6 o'clock until 8 o'clock in the Student Recreation Center. This will be an evening of upbeat Latin American-inspired dance that will get your heart pumping. The first 200 participants will receive a free t-shirt. This event is open to all GSU students, staff, and faculty.
Spring break is almost here for Georgia State students. Our reporter Jade Hall has more on the story.
Students may be facing difficulties as they try to decide what's the best thing to do for spring break. Thankfully, Georgia State offers plenty of affordable programs. I spoke with Shamiso Zizingwe, director of Panther Breakaway, about the program and how to join.
So Panther Breakaway is a student organization at Georgia State University, and basically it's a part of Breakaway, which is the national organization. And we do alternative spring breaks during the winter and spring break. So you start out by going to meetings and pre-service sites within the Atlanta community, because the whole idea of an alternative spring break is that you start out in your own community and then you go to somebody else's community and you try to give back. If you have any leadership skills, any type of volunteering that you've done for a long period of time that can qualify as leadership skills, you can get an application at the Office of Civic Engagement and University Center 428-429 and apply to be a site leader. And applications are available now until about the end of April.
For more information, come to the Civic Engagement Office at University Center 429. Reporting for GSTV News, I'm Jade Hall.
Sports with Neha Ali is next on Panther Report.
Presenting your Georgia Power Energy Efficiency Team. Helping you save money and energy around your dorm and apartment, one easy tip at a time. Phantom Load Unplugged. Phantom Load is power consumed by electronic devices while they are turned off or in standby mode.
Plug your devices into a power strip and turn the strip off at bedtime.
The GSU men's basketball team was named 2013-2014 Sun Belt Conference regular season champs this past weekend as they finished out their regular season at home. Sports reporter Jaylah Grant has more on the story.
Exciting and emotional night on senior night. GSU takes on Western Kentucky with a final score of 73-55. GSU says goodbye to 4 of their seniors, Manny Atkins, Curtis Washington, Rashad Richardson, and Devontae White.
At the end of the game, Rashad walked up to me and was like, "Man, this is our last game." And I'm like, "Man, why you say that? I'm hungry." So, and then, you know, we got the trophy and whatnot. That's when it all hit me. Like, man, this is it. So, you know, it was tough, but I'm happy we came out with the win. But me and Rashad and all the other freshmen, we always told ourselves, you know, by the time we leave, that, you know, we're going to sell this place out. We're going to be winners. And it means a lot for us to, you know, actually do that.
The leading scorers of tonight were Ryan Harrell with 20 points, Devontae White with 19 points, and R.J. Hunter with 12 points. Also tonight, they won the 2013-2014 regular season championship. They will go on to play in Louisiana next week for the Sun Belt Conference Championship Tournament. Jaylah Grant reporting for GSTV Sports.
Both men's and women's basketball teams head to the Sun Belt Conference this week in New Orleans to play in the tournament. Be sure to catch updates on RAS 88.5 and visit GeorgiaStateSports.com. Also remember to support your Panthers by using the hashtag AllBlueAllIn. Baseball also came out strong this weekend with an 11-10 victory against Xavier on Saturday and 7-6 on Sunday. Sunday's victory was a result of a walk-off home run by David Mayo in the 10th. The team faces Siena at the baseball complex today at 5 p.m. Unlike baseball, softball dropped 2 straight to Presbyterian, 6-0 in Game 1 and 4-3 in Game 2. They will face Mississippi State on Wednesday at the Hex softball complex. As their season continues, softball pitcher Kaitlyn Medlam is looking forward to her final season with the Panthers. She shared her favorite achievements with us at GSU.
Well, I'm from a really small town in Bethlehem, Georgia, so the idea of coming to the city was I was always interested in that. And when I visited the coaching staff, I loved the coaching staff, the field, the facility, so it just seemed like the right fit.
Okay, so why did you choose softball, and why did you choose the position of pitching?
I guess I grew up playing softball, soccer, and basketball, and softball just stuck. I loved it, and it was outdoors and just everything about it.
Tell me, what is the most intimidating thing about being a pitcher?
Probably being in control of the game, like always having the ball, and just the pressure of being able to control how fast the game goes, and one slip up and the ball could go over the fence, and just you have to be focused at all times. You never have a chance to. There's no break during the game.
Can you recall any moments where, or a game where you just felt like you were really scared, or it just?
I think my sophomore year when we went to Alabama and we ended up winning. I went in and closed that game and ended up getting the win, but they ended up going to the national championship that year and winning it. So that was just playing against a team of that size and that caliber was nerve-wracking, but it ended well, so it went good.
So you're a senior?
Yes.
You graduate, you said, in the summer.
Yes.
What are you most excited about? What are your goals for the future?
I guess finally getting a degree and being done with school, that's going to be a huge accomplishment. And I'm not really sure what I want to do yet, but just there's so many opportunities. Like I have no idea what I'm going to do, but I know that I have so many opportunities that it's exciting.
What advice would you give to incoming freshmen and just student athletes?
Freshmen, just enjoy every moment you have. It goes by so fast. So enjoy it, commit to the team, know your goals, know that you want what you want to do each year, what you want to accomplish, and just don't settle. Aim high.
Tune in again next week to see who will be on Athlete of the Week. This has been your GSTV Sports Update. I'm Neha Ali.
Thank you for watching this edition of Panther Report. Please visit us online for stories not featured in tonight's broadcast.
Follow us on Twitter at Panther_report and like Panther Report on Facebook. I'm Jasmina Alston.
And I'm Jaylah Bell. Have a good evening.